Welcome. Welcome back and welcome home. My name is Melissa and I will be your multi-density cosmic tour guide today. We're going to do a channeling with the divine universe, cosmos, cosmic beings, the galactic beings. Some of them are coming in as like a celestial council form today. So they're going to say thank you and welcome home is correct. Things have changed. Each of you will be aware of a certain level of existence that you were not aware of in the past. Your connections and the higher self pieces of us that are stardust, will be coming online a little bit stronger. And they're saying yes in the past, and we are cleaning up, working on cleaning up, removing some of those old, what we would call possibly soul contracts or even attachments and things like that, where other dark forces that pretended to be divine beings that had agendas were involved and invested in humanity's goings-ons. And they're saying, we just want to assure you that we won't ever come into your space and scare you, bother you, hurt you, mind control you, anything like that. Those were some of the things that humanity was almost like enslaved to, sold to. Some of the AIs and the kind of organic life forms did have agendas, some of them. And there are, 10,000 different races in different spaces and beyond in our quadrant. And beyond that, there's many more. And so it's hard to fathom, but they said that there's an understanding, a growth, that we're having a growth spurt in this rebirth that humanity is having. And there's detachment from some of those ugly beings that have had agendas that have tried to work through each and every one of us. So I like the sound of that. And they're saying it'll become, in these next couple of years, we'll become aware of some of the things that are just not, they weren't our choice. So some of the enslavement meant that they're saying that it took humanity's choice away. And kind of told them it was their fault and they deserved it. And so we didn't know better. And they're saying many, many people that are in physical form in those lower densities on Earth, none of us knew better on some directions. And they're saying we're continuing to vacuum away the false light and take away some of those, what I can only call like glass ceilings, where we could just rise up so much and then just get stopped and kicked back down. All the parasitical energies of the earth planes are being realigned and readjusted, and the lights shining on them and things like that. So in each of us and as a whole, we are being cleansed and cleared in different ways. I've been working on it. I've been working with frequency healing, pulse, light, all kinds of stuff, Bach flower remedies, tuning forks, cell salts, certainly all the Tesla things, the scalar things that I added to my lineup of work. And they're saying some of that knowledge and understanding came from the different civilizations. So the different healings from, ancient Egypt and from Atlantis. And they're saying that some of those things were possibly seeing squandered, that some of the controllers did it on purpose. They tricked us. And so we're going to be opening our eyes and having clarity about how some things work, the next steps forward. And I was with a friend of mine the other day and I said, let's just go run around and, go for a drive and feel the energies without connecting with everybody everywhere, and just feel the energies. And it was evening. And so we just drove, and they said, my life changed because of you. And I'm like, well, thank you, but I don't think it was because of me. I think it was just because I was the messenger. And they said, well, you understand, you could describe all the things that people are now talking about on all of the social medias, the TikToks and things. And I said, no, I'm still learning. And she said, well, you were talking about star seeds and the connections, and that Bigfoot was an extraterrestrial like 20 years ago. And I never heard the term cosmic Christ until you said it 15, 20 years ago. And it's funny because this friend of mine had visited me, and a group of friends had visited me in Sedona once or twice. And while we were there, we were on my back porch, and it was nighttime, and we were just all just sitting in the beautiful energies. And she said, did you see that? Her eyes got big as saucers. And I said, yeah, that happens a lot. And she said, what was that? And I go, I don't know, but it was a tall white being that walked past us very quickly. So remember, the frequencies are different in spirit in these different densities. And so they move quicker or in different ways than our physical heavy bodies do. And eyes were so big, and I'm like, I know, I don't know. And I said, they're not negative. They're not feeding off of us. It's like a pathway through here by my house. And in Arizona, my backyard was a big wash, which would be big sparse land that was kind of rocky and had some little shrubby things in it and things like that. So it was just a little pathway. And certainly, Sedona is, it's different, but it is, it's sort of like a sacred space to the galactic beings, the star beings that come in and out, good and bad. It's just pretty cool. So there were also many sightings, just people all the time had sightings with their naked eye. And that's when I started the UFO tour. And I still don't understand about some of it, but the UFO tour was to honor the skies, the universe, and to learn together and to see the beauty and call in the light. So we did a lot of calling in the light, and with the night vision, and getting ready to reboot on the UFO tours in this next year here. So I'm very grateful and excited about that, to keep learning about this cosmic, beautiful, divine universe that we live in as it continues to meet us and greet us halfway. And I'm excited for all of us. And remember, Atlantis had some of the best healing equipment in all of the civilizations. The magic was used for healing, purifying Christed energy there, the light, pure light of God. And that was one of the main civilizations that was used, where it was infiltrated, and the dark energies twisted it and did all kinds of gross things. But I'm going to use the Atlantis Oracle cards and see if there's something we can know, and kind of see what humanity can look forward to now in the galactic, celestial, divine, cosmic Christ ways. They're saying, so Atlantis was not all bad. There's memory. Many people across the planet have much memory of Atlantis, and almost like flashbacks. It's connecting the wisdom and knowledge from these places. And they're saying, you mentioned Egyptian knowledge and wisdom that was a little bit more clear and different and spiritual than what the modern world has these days. And some of those things are going to come back into our awareness. So what do we have? I've got You were born on purpose with purpose. I have been picking up, and they're kind of saying yes. So if we can imagine that atmosphere in Atlantis, which was a little bit different with less maybe growth in it. And, we always, when we think of Atlantis, we think of crystals, and the downfall was when it fell into the water. So we can remember the water and the bright, beautiful, clean colors. They don't have plastic bottles in it. They don't have frequencies that are wanky, wonky in it. And pulling all of our energies down. But it was a purified form of understanding and clear connection, they're saying. And remember some of the dolphins and the whales, which were in dolphin and whale tribes, and recognize your twin flame energy in those particular bandwidth frequencies. And the dolphins and the whales have a harmonious, joyous, deeply wise, extraterrestrial, galactic knowledge and wisdom and truth that they bring us as they are here on Earth. And they don't speak English or Spanish or Portuguese or give me some other languages, Russian, but they do resonate with us, and we can hear them and feel them in our hearts sometimes. So imagine that, and remembering in these next days and weeks and months, your purpose is going to amplify. And I am seeing so strongly what they're showing me is sometimes visions as we're talking. That's part of the channeling for me, is that we are going to really connect with some of our soul families and soul tribes, or reconnect. Sometimes they've been stomped on and tainted a little bit in this lifetime. We're going to correct the course, balance it out, and connect with our soul families and soul tribes. Those are the people you'll know that will support you, even if you have different ideas and rhetoric and ideas and ideology, but they'll support you in yours, and you have a purpose together. So many of you, they're showing the dolphins mating, and from the beginning of time and back, and the whales knowing the truth, holding the truth, the cosmic Christ in them from the beginning of time and back, even through the eras where they went and got the whale oil and almost wiped out all of the whales in the world, and many came close to being extinct. So now they're like, yes, we forgive you, and that's that predator, narcissist energy, harvesting weirdo stuff that humanity was sort of stuck in. And they're saying that they came here to bring us the truth, and it's a frequency, a key. And so if we can imagine Ithaka, and remembering our purpose, you were born on purpose, and you have a purpose energy right now with me. And some of those knowledges and truth will come from the Atlantis times, as well as the different layers of the cosmic Christ, which holds the heart, cosmic heart of the divine universe in the grand full-scale image of God Source Creator. So we're going to have streams of that coming in, and remembering our purposes, and you'll recognize it in other people, like, whoa, I have a purpose with that person. And you'll realize that even if you're different, or other people are like, no, you don't belong with so-and-so, as if they know, then you'll realize, yeah, we do. So some of you star seeds and earth angels and love beings, the indigos, really help recode and reactivate the divinity together. And so I'm excited to see in some of the visions of, you'll remember to do, like, of all lifetimes, you'll remember friendship, love, just truth and trust, and beyond what we've ever known before, in that unconditional love flow. So the other one that fell out was, oh yeah, Oracle number 33. The Oracle, like she's got her crown. She knows in all the stars, the galaxies are talking to her in her own way. And she's bringing us the energies, the stream of light from the cosmic Christ inside. See, know, be. See, know, be. And so they're just saying that those many oracles in us, in all of us, are being activated and amped up as well to help you in your purpose and your path. And it's almost like, it's not almost like, it is like the exact same thing when we ask for God, source creator, and all our divine angels and our teams to clear the path for us because it's been so hard. This is also another way of saying that. And inside our connection with source, our cosmic Christ connection, will move through us in just tremendously beautiful ways. They're safe and honorable and good, and help us be who we came here to be, and help us see and know. And so many of you are visionaries and seers, and you have deep, groovy knowledge, and thank you for sharing that in the world in your own unique ways. And again, when you cross paths with the right people, you'll go, oh, I recognize your purpose in you. Not like you're going to try to change them or make them be like you or anything like that. You're going to enhance and empower them. And so the times of the old egotistical trying to control and the handlers and all that kind of stuff are falling away, and we're seeing the real path being cleared, and in bigger ways than ever before. So they're saying that all of the civilizations and the knowing and the seeing and feeling and being right on is happening in a bigger way. It's in motion even more, and you can almost feel it with. It's almost like that pure Christos, that flow in your body, mind, spirit, soul form, as well as the big picture. Again, that big cosmic Christ. It's bigger than what our human minds can understand, but it's the source of Christ, and it's almost like the heart of the divine universe. And we will know it more in these next days, weeks, or months, or years, is what they're showing me. I think it's gorgeous. I'm going to pull a card from the Rebecca Campbell card deck, and I'm honored to get to learn more. And as I do the UFO tours, it was always about my beautiful curiosity. It comes from our heart space of beauty about the universe, and I've always had a little thing about me, and many of you do too, where there's a little bit of science, a little bit of question in it as it comes together. So it's not about me, but the connection was not to play or just go, oh, UFOs, not that. It was to learn and grow and honor and respect the bigger picture, and to be able to learn and grow together, and see many things in this lifetime that I didn't know existed already, has just been glorious. So we're going to continue with the UFO tours and be in starseeds, and advancing on our next steps of our starseed missions, our indigo missions, crystallines and rainbows and twin flames and all of those things. So what do we have for the starseed? I remember. So they are showing this remembrance of this bigger picture, cosmic truth inside of us that we are really confused about. We feel it coming, but we can't quite figure it out. And that will take all of our lifetime. So, but the remembrance of who we are, and not meaning in an egotistical way, just our passions, our purposes, our truth, who we are, and our spark of divinity, really overtaking those egotistical and ways we mistake each other and say things incorrectly, in those lower density pieces to all of us. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. So fate and destiny, a little bit different. soul plan. So as we continue to release and complete more of the and recognize that we have completed, or we will complete more of these old soul contracts that were very hard and scary and gross sometimes. Sometimes they were awesome. We're going to move past that and remember the bigger divine blueprint of you and me and us and them and the divine cosmic Christ in all of it, in bigger ways than ever. So the new soul plan and fate, like, well, that's, but the destiny is the bigger picture. So we're going to keep looking up and see what's written in the stars for all of us. We are, I promise. I know these things. And I'm really excited for everybody, really excited. So what the council is saying is that the true love, you will feel love. And many of us in these layers of cycles completing, those are true. So as we can see in some of the astrology and some of the shifts, and we keep learning and remembering tiny little sparks of remembrance and knowledge and understanding. Those are true. And we have completed the big cycles, and some of us who are completing, we're like, oh my gosh, how could this be happening again? Or the worst traumas or hurts and pains are trying to come back and keep you in that lower energy, in those places, those caverns of suffering. And so one of this is like a silvery white being saying, we just want you to know that there's going to be an understanding and a remembrance for all of humanity in layers and different angles and ways, that we don't have to suffer with and for each other, and that Christ truly wants us to be happy. So there's this divinity that wants us to be happy and harmonious and balanced and free. And it's a new era. So we will be clearly seeing some of those things as we step forward on the steps. And some of the stuff that we always liked, but we got so far, and then it just couldn't get further. We are going to advance in, and that means healing, and that means communication with each other, and connection instead of division in many aspects of life. The way we teach and learn is going to be cleansed and cleared, and there's still going to be stuff where we're just like, we'll wake up and we'll go, oh my goodness, my consciousness was stuck in a lower density place last night, or there were darker energies and I feel a tacky energy, and some of it's old, really old, and some of it is coming up, or we're diving down to the depths and ripping the veil open a little bit more so that we can see the Christed way and really repair the blood of Christ in all of us and around us. And that means the cosmic Christ. It's a bigger picture than we know. Heaven on earth. We came here to build. It's part of our purpose for all of us. You and me and us and them came here to build heaven on earth. And I call it heaven in earth, as above, so below, as it comes together and balances. It's heaven in earth to me. And we will surpass those lower earthly things, the devil realms, hell realms. And I'm seeing that all of the generational cleansing they're showing me, and that means in civilization stuff we can't even understand. We've been clearing, and they're saying we've done a really good job. And the symbols, the codes are being realigned back into divine order, so that we can see the sacred geometry as it is meant to be. So all of the things that we were like, oh my gosh, that was dark and it was inverted and all the things, and they're saying just again take the 5-pointed star, the pentagram, should we say. And there is so much focus done on some of the levels and bandwidth layers to control the minds and keep people enslaved. That things like our daily stuff was inverted in the lower hell realms. So there are pieces of us stuck in all of the lower hell realms. And I retook my Reiki class the other day, and because I hadn't taken, I mean, it's been decades. And so during one of the meditations and activations that we did, I saw, this makes more sense now, because they're saying you're always a starseed. This is, yeah, of course you're a human being, but you're a starseed. So there's this angle, the perception that you always have. And in the activations, I had a vision, and I envisioned myself, there's an old children's story tale called Mulligan's Travels, and it was a man, and he was supposed to travel over here and do something, and he was going, and he had to rest, so he fell asleep and took a nap, or slept, and he woke up, and there were little people, and the little people had tied him down. They connected ties to his ankles and his feet, his legs, and put ties over him, cords, ties, ropes, and a whole bunch of them, and they anchored it in the ground. And so he's thinking, well, I'm big, I should be able to get up. He was stuck. And I was seeing that, and it's a funny way, because all the years, I've been doing learning, growing, learning as always, and healing myself, healer, heal thyself. And I saw the energies like that in the different layers of who we are here, mind, body, spirit, so many layers, these many, many densities of our mind, body, spirit, soul forms, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's like Mulligan's Travels, where we've been hijacked, and we wake up and we're like, oh, I can't move. And how are you supposed to, what am I supposed to do if I'm stuck? So those ties and the intentions of the ones that were like, you're not allowed to go here. Who goes here? You're not supposed to come here. That was a lie. And so we're becoming free. And, at the end, there's an answer, and he came out of that and became friends with the little people. And that means he processed and balanced and integrated some of the things that he needed to know, and went on his travels. And he was like, well, okay, well, I didn't know there were little people. And we're recognizing these different civilizations perhaps do not look and have heavy, dense bodies. And some of them don't need starships. So if they're going to come into our physical, heavy, low realms, they do usually, but there's some that don't, and they are energy and frequency, and many of you are connected to many, I don't even know how to say it better, but groups or races of different galactic celestial beings that humanity can't even fathom. And they are of the pure divine light. They will not be disrespectful. They won't mess with you. They're just here to help. And some of you are just connected to some of the cool beings that we didn't know existed. And I was listening to, there's a really great reader, channeler person named Rachel Photon on YouTube. And the other day it said ancient aliens. Some of you know some ancient aliens. And so I suppose that's kind of what I'm getting. And I loved her. I do love her. She's so beautiful and so bright. And her messages are always so clean and clear and beautiful. So you have to check out Rachel Photon. But her one on ancient aliens, like some of us know some ancient aliens. We're friends. And so I do think that that's true, and that's what they're saying. So these are not one particular background, or not just the Pleiadians or Lyrans or Arcturians, or there are different beings on this council, and Some of them are just color to me. And they're saying, each of you know some of us, and we'll give you the signs in a different way. And so what fell out right in front of me is the last cloak. Release old identities, magnificence realized. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's her staff. Groovy Witchy. Look, and here's her divine crown and halo. The last cloak. So this is what I would say we're breaking through the biggest and the last piece of this particular system that we've been working on. The last glass ceiling that was the worst, the hardest. And look at that cosmic heart she has with her. So the heart chakra, there are many pieces of it, not just the higher and lower, but there are many pieces, and she's showing that cosmic heart in the different, it's, of course, we think of the heart chakra as green or this magenta color. So she knows the truth. Look at her face. She's like, oh yeah, I know that. And the last cloak will be at the right times. I'm receiving a message that many of you have been cloaked and protected, even when we didn't know we needed it, so that you would be safe, even though it just feels like it's stagnant and nothing's working, and we're not ascending, we're not awakening, or whatever words we're using these days on stuff. And they're saying it was, you know, all purposeful, and remember, we get to go into this next level more whole and knowing. And so it's just, we can make it fun. I always ask God all these years, if I'm going to have peculiar jobs, and let's make this fun and colorful. Helping healing myself through extraordinarily tough things. Let's make it fun and colorful, so all of it's not horrific and awful and stuff. And there's that cosmic heart again, connected to there's the source and the angel wings. And I feel like some of you are receiving your angel wings again. Not that they were fully taken away, but receiving angel wings. And so the celestial beings, the council is saying, indeed, there was a big part of the collective consciousness spiritual war that just ripped apart some angel wings. It was very painful. Swans right there. So here's again the twin flame, and here's the roots of the tree of life and the healing hands and all kinds of aspects of who you are coming back online better than ever. And so our tree of life, which would be also similar Akashic records, and then the 12, I forgot the word right now, of the tree of life, and the 12 activated strands of DNA coming back online and being corrected. So this is a reckoning and a correction and a healing. And your cosmic Christ, whoever you are, you don't have to like the words, but cosmic Christ knows you. God, source creator, knows you. And everything's going to be okay. Gentleness of love, realignment, transformation. The past 2 days I kept, part of my theme words for the day as I was saying prayers was transformation. That swan tribe is going to come back online as well. So there are different symbols, and again, something about the twin flame template is going to be reactivated, and they're saying they're sorry because that template, or the Garden of Eden template, was the most chewed up, distorted, mocked, ripped apart template of all, in a way. Yes, wings coming back together, your wisdom and truth coming back together, coming online, and that distorted, darker energy can't exist with you. So that will continue to be cleansed and cleared. Those old soul contracts will be Any remnants or imprints or programs are going to be unwound out of you as well. So if it feels like it's confusing and everyone is going off the charts, nutrageous, again, just know some of it is old and it's undoing. And whatever works for you, your prayers, your meditations, your cleansings will help. And the densities are going to come together. The dimensions are going to come together in different ways. Let me do one more. Indigo child. Activation. Yeah, star connection. Each and every one of you. The indigo children. Your star connections are going to be cleaner, clearer, and together. I always say, as a person who's always just read the energy in this particular way that I do, just naturally since I was a kid, born. I was born like this. It's the galactic celestial layers. Are not just like the archangels that we connect with, it's a little bit different. So it feels a little bit different in intensity. It's a different way of communicating through the energy, and they're going to help us. And it's similar to this way that you would go, how do I know if I am, just like entertaining some false light or something creepy, or you will know. And when in doubt, just push it back and say no. Your divinity will be able to tell you the truth and show you the answers, but your star connection, your cosmic Christ, pure Christ of the divine universe connection is going to be stronger. So it says guidance from the stars, galactic self, unified field. You are going to be finding out what is actually written in the stars, why we say it that way, and it'll go beyond astrology, but I think we're going to bring it all into a bigger picture. But you will know what is written in the stars for you. And we, pulled a card a minute ago that said, is it, fate versus destiny. Fate is what happens to us, and destiny is what we are. It was written, our divine blueprint, our plan. And each and every one of you are going to be remembering, look at that. What instead if it was a black hole, represented as a light hole of infinite truth, or the void, or the 0 point, the vortex. And each of you will be amped up and healed on different layers and different levels and activated. The indigo children, look at this, they just know. The indigo children have reactivated everything. Inspire, heart, dialogue, action, passion, and community. Everything we've talked about right there. We're going to see what's written in the stars for each of us and as a whole. And we are going to surpass these heavier, denser times. And we will know, and we will have fellowship and adoration with the earth realms and the skies, and our paths will be cleared so that we are safe, so we are not inviting in those hell realms and things like that anymore. We're going to keep clearing and realigning so that can never happen again. Heaven on earth does not have devils. Thank you. They send great love, and they'll all give us all signs in the skies. It's a little bit cold here right now. There's absolutely no way I'm going to go hang out for hours outside in the cold right in this moment, but we'll do UFO tours later and people to talk together and commune together with this beautiful earth and these beautiful higher frequencies, and just feel the depths of love in the cosmic Christ for you, for me, for all of us. And so I'm really excited for everybody. We're going to remember some of those healing ways that will be effortless and surpass everything we've ever known in healing and uplifting and loving each other and loving ourselves. So I don't think anybody anywhere really can love themselves all the time. It's been a tough go of it, but destiny brings us together, and it's going to be so exciting, or it is so exciting. And we will continue to remember and recognize that. So this was a long one. They're saying, it's almost like salutations, greetings, aloha. And they're saying, please know you are loved. I'm seeing like waves, pulse. They're sending us healing cosmic Christ pulsing waves. So anybody that wants it, needs it, you can ask God, Source Creator, your teams, to bring you that pulsing cosmic Christ, in whatever ways and highest good that you need the most. And they're going to show you your, I don't even want to call them soul contracts for this new era, because it's like contracts would be something that we're stuck to. And they're saying, it's okay. What words do we have, right? The new soul, divine plans. How about that? Instead of contracts that we're like stuck in and we have to. And I say thank you to all of the people and the friends, family, loved ones of all the ages, all the lifetimes that we've had soul contracts with, even the mean ones that assassinated me over and over, or were mean to you, me, us, and them, or was some on some other team or side or something. Great, that was awesome. And ouch. But it feels like it's those are ceasing to exist, and now it's the destined divine plans between us, and we'll recognize it. No one's lesser than each other. You might be waking up and realizing some of the people around you might have known more than you thought they did. Suffering eases and ceases as we none of us hold on to the idea that we have to be here as long as there's suffering. And we're coming out of that karmic cycle to heaven on earth. Because that's the divine plan, that's the destiny. So they're saying you're loved. Watch the signs and feel the love, the pulse of the cosmic Christ love for you. Thank you, Starseeds. Welcome home.